What's going on, Pixel Hackers? Christian Lovrecich from PixlFeed here. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to increase ROAS when it comes to your Facebook ads. But before we get started, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, and let's do it. All right, so if you're watching this video, that means that your ROAS is doing horribly right now. Or let's say it's the week of July 27th. If you've been doing Facebook ads around this time, July 27, 2020, you know the past 3 weeks have been an absolute nightmare. What happens sometimes with platforms, whether it's Facebook, Google, Snapchat, TikTok, or whatever, when they're rolling out updates on the back end, whatever they're doing affects the whole ads platform. So sometimes, let's say you have a low cost product, right? Let's say your product is, $30 and your cost per acquisition at one point was only $5 or $4. But then you hit this wall where all of a sudden Facebook is doing updates and your account just drops massively and your cost per purchase goes from $4 to $5 to $30. Now you're spending more than than what you're actually selling a product for. And what happens, people freak out and they don't know what to do because most of you are newbies who are watching this. So I'm going to show you the steps that I follow to combat situations like this and get through them until Facebook gets back to normal. This is when your marketing skills have to come in and take over in order to fight it, okay? So rule number one when it comes to this, like all of a sudden Facebook goes haywire, your CPA, let's say, goes from $5, right? CPA, and all of a sudden it goes to, let's say, $30, okay? So all of a sudden, CPA, that's cost per acquisition, you're used to a $5 cost per acquisition, and all of a sudden it's $30. And let's say your product is, I don't know, $35. Okay, if you're selling a low-end product. And let's say you're a newbie and you don't know how to set up a store or a funnel, and you are just relying on, hey, I'm paying $5 cost per acquisition, and I'm selling my product for $35, and I get it made for $5, so I'm making $20 profit per sale when I scale it, and it's all great. I'm living the great life and all that good stuff. First of all, believe it or not, the way that you combat things is by gathering data and gathering the proper amount of data. So if you have a Shopify store, right, what I do is I reel it all back, right? Look at my products, look at the data, and based on that, I go back to square one. Okay, so what do you mean by that? So let's say you have a Shopify store, right? Or a store for that matter, just an e-com store. Or, and I'll probably go through examples for funnel as well. So let's say you have a Shopify store. The first thing, right, that I'm going to do is I'm going to go back and I'm going to run ads to my collections. Okay? So I'm going to run ads to my collection. Why is that? Because purchasing behavior changes depending on what time of the year it is, what's going on with the economy, and everything else that goes along with it. So if you're relying on low-cost products and you have a bunch of them in your store, you're going to send that traffic to your collections, right? So what happens when you send that traffic to your collections, right? You're going to start seeing which product people are purchasing the most. So let's say you have 3 hoodies, right? Okay, so I have my 3 hoodies right here. Okay, I'm not gonna draw all of them, but you get the idea, right? And let's say that I notice that people are buying my hoodie right here, right? So let's say I have a hoodie and this is the hoodie they're buying. And then under my other collections, I have other accessories, right? And let's say I have, I don't know, flags. I don't know, I'm just throwing stuff out there. Flags. Okay, so I'm running traffic to collection number 1, running traffic to collection number 2, and I'm running traffic to collection number 3. Okay? So collection number 3, let's say it's another type of product. So I'm going to look at what people are buying here. And let's say, I don't know, the other collection are rings. And these are my accessories, right? So 1, 2, and 3. And let's say people are buying this flag, that hoodie, and this ring the most. That's if you're just starting out and you want to combat the high prices. You want to figure out what's going to sell the most. If you've been running ads for a while and your store is not new, you have tons of data, you can go into your dashboard on Shopify or Analytics and Google Analytics, and you can see the actual sales performance per product. And this is how you figure this out, right? But I'm breaking it down, you know, just back to the basics. So what I would do, right? If my cost per acquisition jumps to $30, right? I need to figure out how to make double than that to be profitable, right? So if my cost per acquisition is $30, I need to be making at least $65 just to get through this per purchase. Ideally, you want more, but let's just keep it at 3, right? So I'm running my ads, or if you already have the data, you already have all of this, and you're looking at this, this, and that. So I'm like, okay. So what I do, this one's selling the most, that one's selling the most, that one's selling the most, right? So what I do, this is when your marketing comes in, right? So the first thing that I'm gonna do in here is, you can go 2 ways about this. You can add quantity breaks, 1, 2, 3. Same here, 1, 2, 3. And then same here, 1, 2, 3, okay? So you can add quantity breaks. And what is a quantity break? A quantity break is when you give a discount based on how many items people buy. So let's say you're selling a hoodie, but guess what? If you get 2 of them, I'll give you 10% off. If you get 3 of them, I'll give you, I don't know, 20% off, right? Same here. Hey, if you get 1, if you only buy 1, this is the price. If you buy 2, you get X amount off. If you buy 3, you get X amount off. Same with the rings. If you get 1, you get, it's this much. If you buy 2, then you see if that works. If that brings your average order value to 65 of up most of the time, then you can keep going from there. That's good, right? But let's say it's not quite working for you. They're not products that people buy on quantity breaks. So my next move after that is, well, let's figure it out. So why don't we figure out which is my number 1, my number 2, and my number 3, and then we create bundles, right? So obviously people are buying all 3 of them, right? Or people are buying 1 of each. You know, if they're in the same niche, if they're in the same passionate niche, let's say Frenchie dogs, Frenchies, then you make them an offer that can't refuse. Make it a combo. Think about it. When you go to a fast food restaurant, McDonald's, Burger King, whatever, they always have combos. You got the burger, the fries, and the drink. Well, why don't we make the combo for them just to buy all 3 all at once for a price that they can't refuse, right? So you grab your hoodie, right? You grab your best-selling flag, right? And then you grab your best-selling ring, and you turn them into a bundle, right? So let's say your hoodie by itself is $75. And your flag by itself, it's, I don't know, let's make it $9.99, $9.95. And let's say your ring is $14.95. That's 89 plus 9, that's 98.95. So the total will be 98.95. Right, I think my math is right. Is it right? It's probably right. Sounds about right. I don't have my calculator in front of me. Anyway, so that's the total that will be to buy separate. So you make it a price that they can't refuse. You create your ad, you create your bundle page, right? And you make it, hey, if you buy these 3 separately, the usual price is $98.95. But for a limited time only, or for the, you know, or while supplies last, or for this week, for today only, if you get it today, you can get all 3 for the low price of $65. Or, you know, if we want to go a little bit higher, you can do $75. And guess what? People are going to buy more. This goes back to the notion of funnels, that whoever who spends the most wins, right? So a lot of people get this idea that when all these costs through Facebook go through the roof, that the only solution to it is to start tweaking and hacking and doing everything you can. I can assure you from experience that when Facebook goes haywire and you cost triple and they go through the roof, that no amount of tweaking with demographics and interest and male, female, separating placements, that might bring your cost down by literally cents, maybe $1, if that. But when it's as bad as it is, like this past month, that's not gonna fix it. So you have to get creative on the other side of things. I tell people all the time, I tell clients all the time, I tell friends all the time, all right? Running ads, it's 50% of the equation. Believe it or not, what makes or breaks an ad account are two things: the creatives that you use and the product and the offer that you put in front of that person. And 99% of the time is the product and the offer that brings the conversions, okay? So I want you guys to stop being so close-minded and concentrating so much on Facebook ads and tweaking interest and CBO and ABO and age brackets and demographics and grab this country and that country and stuff like that, because the algorithm has gone so well. When we're going stuff like this is where your marketing knowledge has to come in, and you have to get creative with it. So you do bundle number 1, you do 3 bundles. So then you grab, what's my second bestseller? So what's my second bestseller hoodie? What's my second bestseller flag? What's my second bestseller ring? And I turn that into a bundle of its own. Facebook loves different angles and different offers. So if you can do that, that's how you get through tough times like this, all right? If you have a funnel, do the same thing. You might not be doing quantity breaks up front. So if you're doing a funnel, all you have to do here, let's say that your funnel, the landing page is just, the lead magnet asking for information, and then, oh, here's my offer, and it's like whatever, $9.95. Well, first of all, if you have a funnel, you shouldn't be doing that. You should always have quantity breaks in the front end if you're selling a physical product, and you always make it enticing right here in the middle. You put the best offer right here in the middle, most expensive and the cheapest, and the best offer for whatever it is that you have. And right here, if you triple this price right here, or double it or triple it, you got to test it. You split test A and B, right? So you do, 15, and then 19, and then you split test it, and you see which one does better. And then you bring your AOV, average order value, up right on the first page. And then let's say you have an upsell that's proven, okay? Well, try split testing the price, so make sure you bring the price for you upsell by $4 higher. And I can assure you, most of the time, you can get away with bumping the product up to $4 higher, and you won't see a change in conversions. I've done it many times. So those are just some ideas to get times like this. Facebook ads are not perfect. They're never going to be perfect. But you got to remember, it's not just Facebook. It's your marketing knowledge that has to come in, and the marketing is what makes people buy. So remember that. Guys, if you like this video, let me know in the comments. Make sure you support the channel by checking out the links down below in the description. And if you want to keep learning, make sure to click one of the boxes right above me, move on to the next video, and I'll see you on the next video.